Hello everyone, and welcome back to our channel. If you're new here, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and tap the notification bell so you never miss an update. And of course, share your thoughts with us in the comments. We always love hearing from you. Today, we're diving into a truly emotional and thought-provoking story that's been making waves across the world, the unbelievable case of a Saudi Arabian prince who has been asleep for nearly 2 decades. Yes, you heard that right, for 20 years, this prince has remained in a coma, trapped in a silent, endless slumber since suffering a terrible accident back in 2005. And yet, today, even after all these years, he still fights on, alive but unconscious, turning 36 years old while lying on a hospital bed. Let's take a step back and understand this unbelievable journey. According to reports, the young prince, part of the powerful Saudi royal family, had a tragic accident that left him in a critical state. Despite the severity of his injuries, he didn't pass away. Instead, his body has clung on to life for 2 full decades, maintained through the best medical care that money can buy. But tragically, he has not shown any significant signs of waking up. Now, around the world, this story has sparked a lot of debate, and it raises some serious, emotional questions about life, death, and dignity. Many people have been asking, should they continue keeping him alive like this? Should they let him go and allow him to finally find peace? After 20 years of no communication, no signs of recovery, some believe that keeping him alive is only prolonging suffering, not just for him, but for the family who holds on to hope every single day. But on the other hand, there are those who believe firmly that life is sacred. That no matter how long it takes, miracles do happen. They say it's only God who knows the plans for every soul. And as long as he's breathing, there is always a reason, even if humans don't understand it. And of course, the role of wealth in this situation cannot be ignored. Many people have pointed out, and honestly, they're not wrong, if it were an ordinary person, someone without royal blood or extraordinary money, would they still be on life support today? In many countries, once a person is in a vegetative state with no hope of recovery, families are often forced to make the hard decision to pull the plug because they simply can't afford to pay for years and years of hospital care. It's heartbreaking, but that's the reality for millions of families around the world. But for this prince, money is no barrier. And because of that, he's been able to stay in top-class medical facilities, receiving 24-hour care, long after most people would have been forgotten. Now, this whole situation reminds us of the hard truth: money really can change the way life and death are treated. In this case, it has given him a fighting chance that many people would never get. But it also raises a moral dilemma: are they keeping him alive because they believe he can wake up? Or are they keeping him alive because they can afford to? It's a haunting thought, but it's a real question that needs to be asked. Beyond just the medical side, think about the emotional side. Imagine being his parents, his siblings, his loved ones. For 20 years, they have visited him, spoken to him, celebrated his birthdays beside him, without hearing even a single word back. The psychological toll must be unimaginable. Still, even with all the pain and uncertainty, they continue to hope. And when you think about it, hope is a very powerful thing. It can carry people through the darkest storms. We've seen stories in the past where coma patients woke up after years, though cases of waking up after 20 years are almost unheard of. Science tells us that the longer a person remains in a coma, the lower their chances of full recovery become. After 2 decades, the chances are extremely slim. But the fact that he's still alive at all is already being seen by some as a miracle in itself. And it's not just a private family story anymore, it's a public one. Millions of people around the world now know about him. Some pray for him, others debate the ethical questions involved. But everyone seems to agree, it's a story that pulls at your heartstrings and makes you think deeply about life. Another important point to consider is the healthcare system that makes this possible. In Saudi Arabia, the royal family has access to some of the most advanced medical technology and services in the world. It's a system where the ultra-rich can literally fund the preservation of life far beyond what's considered normal in other parts of the world. It highlights once again the massive inequality that exists between the rich and the poor globally. In countries across Africa, Asia, and South America, people die every single day simply because they cannot afford basic health care. Meanwhile, on the other side of the world, one man has been kept alive for 20 years, at enormous cost, with no signs of consciousness. It's not about jealousy, it's about questioning the world we live in, questioning the systems we have built, and asking whether human life should be so closely tied to wealth. Some philosophers would argue that in cases like this, it's more humane to let go when recovery is no longer a possibility. Others argue that so long as a heartbeat exists, life should be preserved at all costs. Religious beliefs also come into play. In Islam, for example, life is considered sacred and only Allah decides when a soul should depart. This could be one of the reasons why the family continues to hope and to pray for a miracle. As of today, the prince turns 36 years old. But unlike many 36-year-olds celebrating with parties and family gatherings, he lies quietly on a hospital bed, surrounded by doctors and loved ones who refuse to give up on him. And so we come back to the original question, was it the right decision to keep him alive all these years? Or has modern medicine crossed a line between saving life and artificially prolonging it? It's not an easy question. And honestly, there is no easy answer. Maybe the real lesson here is that every life has value. Whether awake or asleep, conscious or unconscious, rich or poor, every human life matters. And perhaps that's why his story resonates with so many people around the world. It reminds us of our shared humanity, our hopes, our fears, and the reality that in the end, we are all at the mercy of forces greater than ourselves, whether you call that fate, destiny, or divine will. So what do you think? Should they have let him go? Or is hope and perseverance the right path, no matter how long it takes? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. We really want to hear what you think about this heartbreaking, inspiring, and deeply complex story. Don't forget to like this video if you found the story moving, subscribe to the channel for more powerful stories from around the world, and share this video with your friends to keep the conversation going. Thanks for watching, and as always, stay safe, stay thoughtful, and see you next time.